Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about how teenagers can invest. To do this, we're going to break this down into 3 stages: those that are under 16, 16 to 18, and 18 to 20. So feel free to use the chapters to skip to whichever bit is relevant to you. However, I do recommend you to stay throughout, as there's something to be learned from each stage. We're going to break it down into 2 further categories: how to invest your money and how to invest your time. So let's go straight into it. Firstly, if you're younger than 16 and you're watching this, I'm very impressed. Secondly, go play outside. I'm kidding. But at this time, this is probably where you have the most free time that you will do for many years. So make the most of that. Use it to try out new things, try out different sports, different hobbies, explore different interests. Don't be afraid to use this just to have fun, as everything just goes downhill the older you get. But one thing you should try and do is, if you are interested in investing in the future, use this as the opportunity to start exploring that. Read some books, watch some videos, gain a knowledge about the subject area that you can use later on, and you'll see why this is important in a minute. Now at this stage, you probably have the least money, so any money you do get, you want to make the most out of. So if you get any pocket money or an allowance, I think that's American, but oh well, or any birthday money or Christmas money, you want to make sure that you're sensible with it and get the most out of it. So firstly, don't try and save it all. It's always nice to have some money there just to be able to spend when you want to, or buy something stupid. We all do it. So decide on a percentage that you want to save and a percentage you want to spend. So to start with, that might be 50-50, but then you can change this as you go on. So now that you have some money saved up, what are you going to do with it? So the first thing you want to do is to get a bank account. Unfortunately, you can't open your own bank account in your name until you're 16. So if you're under 16, you're going to have to ask your parents to help you set up a junior bank account. So firstly, put this money you've saved up in there. Look for a high interest savings account. However, given the interest rates are so low right now, there is another option which might be a little bit more fun, and that's premium bonds. So you can put your money into premium bonds. Again, you're going to have to get your parents to do this until you turn 16. And it's like entering the lottery every month. So every month there's a big prize draw, and you can win prizes from £25 all the way up to £1 million. So although you're not guaranteed interest, so over the course of a year you might miss out on, if you've invested £100, you might miss out on £1, £2, £3 maybe. But in return for that, you're gaining the chance to win a minimum of £25 if you do win anything at all, and up to £1 million. So it just adds a bit more fun, it's a bit more excitement. And if you do want to learn more about premium bonds and go into a bit more detail, Ed's Finance Corner has a really nice video about it, so I'll try and put that up there somewhere. So I would recommend you go look at that. Now the next stage, 16 to 18. At this stage you maybe have slightly less time, as you've got increasing commitments to school, for exams, and also exploring your own interests. So there are a couple of key changes that happen when you turn 16. You can open a bank account, so you should get that sorted as soon as you can. Secondly, once you've turned 16, you should have received your national insurance number in the post. This will enable you to start looking for and applying for part-time jobs. I'm going to make a video about this in the future, about what the best part-time jobs are and how you can go about trying to get them. Another thing that you should be doing here is trying to open a stocks and shares ISA. So you can't officially invest in stocks until you turn 18, but you can do this if your parents open a junior stocks and shares ISA with you. So this is why I said you should be researching and learning about stock market and investing before you turn 16. As this way, when you turn 16, you can pitch it to your parents. You can show them that you understand, you can show them that you know about investing, you know what your investment plan is going to be, and tell them what you're going to do. Most parents are likely to be skeptical at first, and that's pretty natural. But if you can show them that you understand what you're doing, then they may be more likely to accept this. Once you have the go-ahead and you can open a stocks and shares ISA, make sure you keep depositing money into this account. So whenever you get paid from part-time work, or your birthday or Christmas, make sure you keep putting money into it. I'm not going to share any investing advice here. This is something you should work out for yourself by doing your research and working out what your approach to investing is. However, remember we talked about that percentage you should save and spend? Keep this in mind here. You don't want to be saving all your money. Keep some money to spend to treat yourself, because you deserve it. Now I've talked about how to invest your money, but how should you invest your time? Well, at this stage you should keep learning about the stock market, investing, and general finances. This can only help for the future. You should also start looking at exploring your interests relating to your career paths in the future. Although you're still very young, you will have to start looking at applying to university if that's what you want to do, or working out a plan for after you leave school. So bear this in mind, but don't worry about it too much. I'm 20 and I still have got no idea what I'm doing. Now the final stage, 18 to 20 years old. You probably have slightly less time again, as you're either in your last year of school or started university, or maybe you're working. But at this stage, you actually have a chance to start gaining a regular income and make more money. So if you were lucky enough to start early, you've probably got some money saved up, and you've got some money on the stock market as well. If not, don't worry, this is the perfect time to open a Stocks and Shares ISA now. Have a look around at what platforms will suit you best. I have a review of Trading 212 versus eToro, so if you're interested in those platforms, have a look at that video. This is also a great point to establish an emergency fund. Even if you're very lucky to be in a secure position with financial support from your family, you should try and make an emergency fund of 2 to 3 months worth of living expenses just in case the unthinkable happens. After you've done this, you can start looking at your investment risk appetite. If you've created a larger emergency fund, you can feel secure that if you take slightly more riskier investments, things are going to be okay. However, if you're having to fully support yourself while you're at university or you're working, then perhaps think about maintaining a more conservative approach. The main goal of this stage is to make investing a habit. It's not going to make you rich when you're 18 to 20, but what it will do is it will ensure that when you are an adult and you start gaining a regular income, that it will skyrocket your path to financial independence. So now, how should you invest your time when you're 18 to 20 years old? We should keep trying to further your knowledge about the stock market and investing in finances. This is only going to help again. You should also start trying to consider what your potential career path might be, and try gain some experience and keep improving your knowledge in that area. This is going to make your transition from graduating university or your previous job into your chosen field more smooth and make it happen easier. Also, keep remembering to set aside money for yourself. It's so important to not just put everything away and never treat yourself. You need to be able to keep yourself happy and most of all sane. So in summary, if you're below 16, ask your parents or guardians to open a bank account for you and perhaps put some of that money into premium bonds. Make an effort to save a nominated percentage of all the money you get and start researching and learning about the stock market and investing. 16 to 18. Try and get a part-time job or holiday job if you can. Also make sure you have a bank account in your own name at this point. Using the knowledge you have acquired, pitch the idea to your parents for a junior Stocks and Shares ISA. Invest into it regularly if you can. Also, invest your time into trying new things and figure out what you enjoy doing, and continue to learn about the market and investing. 18 to 20. Start investing and open a brokerage account if you haven't already. Make it a habit to slingshot you to financial independence when you're older. Invest some time into gaining experience in your chosen area to be able to get a job once you graduate university or from your previous job easier. Finally, invest some money and time into yourself and keeping yourself happy and sane. That's all for this video, guys. If you have enjoyed, then please let me know and leave a like and comment below. I'll see you next time.